In a previous video, I discussed the pros and cons of dating or marrying the golden retriever type of guy. And in this video, I want to discuss airport dad, the pros and cons of being with this type of man. Leave it to an angry, aggressive feminist to ruin every fucking thing. I think I'm going to make this a series because I also want to get us out of this whole idea that if we date the short guy, the nerdy guy, the tall guy, the quiet guy, the Christian guy, the this guy, the that guy, that they're automatically going to treat us better. That is not the case. If they're a man, it's a case-by-case basis. Now, what is airport dad? Let's talk about the good things about an airport dad. Airport dad, if your weakness is organizing, getting places on time, itineraries for trips, making sure schedules are carried out, this is the guy for you, because he's going to make sure that the trip is booked, planned, y'all get to the airport on time, y'all see all the sights in a timely fashion, and everything is organized. You can show up and everything is going to be done. You can truly relax on a trip or whatever you guys have planned. Now, let's talk about the cons of airport dad. I'm going to describe this in like a story type situation so you can visualize this, because I feel like me just making like a point by point list, I think me giving you this visual might help you understand it better. So the bad airport dad. So you guys are getting ready to go on your summer vacation. He decided that you guys were going to spend the weekend at a cabin on a lake. He booked it. He read reviews. He made sure that it's a safe area. He's booked the car. He's got it all figured out. All you gotta do is wake up, get the kids ready to go. Great, right? So, side note about this airport dad in this story, he struggles with undiagnosed anxiety. Now, this isn't necessarily so you can feel bad for him, because you shouldn't be anybody's punching bag. So instead of him working on his issues and getting help, you're just his punching bag and the kids. So let's proceed with the story. So you guys wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, okay? And you're groggy. You get the coffee ready. You get the kids ready. All he did was brush his teeth and throw his clothes on. He's sitting at the bottom of the stairs yelling, "Hurry up! What are you doing? I told you we had to be out of the house by this time. What are you doing? You're slowing us up." You will not be late. You're literally just trying to get a little bit of makeup on so you can feel human. He comes upstairs and stands at the bathroom door. "Why do you have to put this shit on your face? You're still going to look crazy. Nobody's going to give a shit anyway. Come on." So now you're like, "Come on, I just want to put on something." He's fussing. So you're trembling, trying to get your mascara on. You finally get your face on to where you're satisfied. Your son walks up to you with a shoe in his hand. Your husband, "Damn it! You should have had your shoes on already. Why didn't you have his shoes on? Go put your shoes on. You're babying that boy." You're trying to get him to calm down. I'll get the shoes on. Just go sit down. I put a pot of coffee on. Go get some coffee. So now your baby's crying and you're trying to calm him down. You get the shoe on. You get your purse. And before you could even come downstairs, he's already screaming, "Come on!" So y'all get everything in the car. He complains, "Why didn't you put a hoodie on little Jimmy? You know it's going to be cold on the plane. You always do this every single time. This is why I leave early. Because you can't seem to get the kids dressed appropriately." Now, you didn't intentionally underdress your child. You woke up and were being screamed at and you were trying to hurry up. You simply forgot to get the hoodie. So you rush back in the house to get the hoodie. Your husband, "Oh my God, come on." So you get the hoodie, you put it on your child. Y'all head to the airport. You turn on some cheerful music to get the kids excited. You're trying to smile at your husband and joke. And he's like, "I don't want to talk. You pissed me off this morning." So now y'all got to ride to the airport, quiet and hostile. You get there. He complains because your 3-year-old isn't walking fast enough. "I told you to pack the stroller." You let him know, "Hey, that would have been extra stuff for us to pay for and to check in, so I'll just carry him." Then he goes on into a rant about how you're babying the boy. So y'all get to the gate, y'all get checked in, you know you got to take your shoes off. You put lace-up shoes on your son instead of Crocs, so now your husband is upset because you got to wait to get his shoes on and to tie them up after y'all go through airport security. See, this is why I should have got him ready, because you're so brain dead. First you forget his hoodie, and then you put on these shoes, and you have us holding up everybody after we get through security. And you're trying to explain, I'm sorry, my bad. I had a lot on my mind this morning, and he interrupts you. I have a lot on my mind too. You always got to make everything about yourself. So you guys go, you walk past the airport gift shop. You think, I'm gonna buy myself a book. He bitches and complains because you want to buy yourself a $20 book. Granted, things at the airport are overpriced. But, you know, who cares? You know, you're going on a trip. So he bitches and complains. Why do you want to spend $20 on this book? Just get the stupid book so you can leave me alone while we're on this flight. So you get the book. And then you go sit at your gate. And while you're thumbing through the book, he bitches and complains. I don't like that author. Why do you read this shit? It's so stupid. It's only for brain dead people to read this shit. And you're like, I like this book, so I'm just going to read it. He's like, whatever. So way before people even start lining up to the gate to get on board and to get their boarding passes checked, he's already standing up there and he's huffing and puffing at you, looking at his watch. So you need to come the fuck on. What are you doing? Get the food. Come on. Just throw in the trash. Come on. So he's loud in front of everybody too. So you're embarrassed. You're, apologizing to everybody. I'm so sorry. You know how men are. Oh my gosh. So you get your kids and you walk up to stand next to him. He's annoyed, of course. So you guys are waiting. And then when they finally check the boarding passes, you get on the plane and you sit down. Your son starts crying because the poor kid is in a weird place. He also has anxiety. But it's not okay for kids to struggle with things when it comes to this particular dad. So your son, he isn't loud. He just starts fussing. Your husband gets mad at you. You need to quiet him down. You're embarrassing us. What is wrong with you? We should have left him at your grandma's house or your mom's house, whoever. So you hurriedly try to get the baby to hush. He gets impatient, takes the boy to the bathroom. He spanks him. Brings him back. The little kid's quiet. So you get on the flight, all that stuff. He does pretty much of the same once you guys get the rental car and all that back to the hotel. So you get there, you start your itinerary, you start touring various places and looking around. He's rushing through everything. He has no time. He has no patience. He's snapping. He's upset. You don't have to buy this. You don't have to buy that. Let's just go. You get back to the hotel room. He plops down and you finally sit down after giving your son a bath. Your kids a bath, and then he starts feeling up on you and you're like, babe, I'm tired. I was up at 3 o'clock this morning. You've been fussing at me the whole night. He gets upset. This is why I never want to go anywhere with you. He storms out and goes to the hotel bar and stays there till about 3 a.m. Comes back. You guys wake up the next morning. He's groggy, and as you go out throughout your itinerary, he's just sitting down on all the benches. He's not participating because he's hungover. You beg him to take a picture with you. He takes the picture, you post it, and you lie to everybody on social media that he's the best husband ever for planning this trip. You guys get back to the hotel room. He goes to the bar again. Comes back late. The next morning, it's time for y'all to go. You didn't get the souvenirs you wanted because he bitched and complained about you spending money while he ran up a ridiculously high bar tab. He bitches and complains all the way to the airport about how much money he spent on this trip and how ungrateful you acted for not giving him some. He bitches and complains. And then when y'all get into the car to go home, he doesn't talk to you. He gives you the cold shoulder. And then when y'all get home, he disappears into the den or the living room and doesn't talk to you again. And that's when you make up your mind that you'll never go on vacation with him again. And that's when you realize how ridiculous it is that you're in a relationship with someone that you can't do family things with. And that's when you make the decision to accept it, or you make the decision to make a plan to get you and your children away from this idiot safely.